I think a lot of new players fall trapped to the I want to throw the highest speed disc that is out there. If they make 100 speed, I'm going to throw a 100 speed disc because I want to throw 400 feet the first time I ever go outside.
Oh, man.
But obviously, as soon as you start learning and researching and watch any kind of tutorial YouTube video, most players will tell you to throw lower speed discs at the beginning. So what is the allure of throwing high-speed discs if the examples over and over again are it doesn't work?
I don't know. I never have. Like, the highest speed disc in my bag is a 10. And I have one. I have two of them. One a lightweight and one is slightly heavier.
That as soon as you started?
No. I think the fastest, I don't know. I threw a lot of leopards. Different plastics of leopards to kind of feel the difference there. But no, I think you need to get those shots down, and until you turn them over consistently, then okay, you got to disc up, and it all depends on arm speed. But I was never like, okay, give me that 12, give me that 13 speed, let's go, I'm a bomber. No, I knew that, and I just never did.
The higher speed discs are fun for their shots if you could find the right fit, stability wise. I think the rim is so wide, I think you just got to operate on a good speed with your throw. Have a great short grip and a good speed for them to be like really productive. They do make discs that are, super flippy drivers.
Now, is a low-speed arm throwing a flippy, high-speed disc?
It's a thing.
Is it going to go any farther than if you throw the speed of the disc that matches your arm speed?
Let me propose you this question, and I hate to undermine what you just asked, but if you were learning how to play golf and you went out to go play ball golf and you wanted to hit drivers, you would use a driver, right? And if you wanted to get into golf and you were a beginner, you would want to get the most beneficial drivers for beginners. Something with the biggest club face, something that fits a new player's game. And the same with disc golf, that there are discs that are going to give you the comfort of feeling like you're using the disc. And it's not going to go as far as the pros just because you're using the driver, but you are playing the game with dignity. Like I needed to go out right away and have some 12 and 13 speeds. When I found out that they were capping it and I couldn't get a 100 speed disc, I was pretty upset. I can't imagine what that would look like. It looked like this table.
Yeah, throwing a garbage can.
Right. But yes, I think that they serve a good point. But it's I don't know what to call it though. It's not ego. There's a market for it. There's scenarios where I need flippy, wide rim, high speed drivers, and an amateur and a beginning player might need that as well too. Right. Big tailwind. Who knows? That might be the most overstable thing that they have, and it's a headwind disc. But for me, I couldn't jump putt it without it turning over. So it serves a practical purpose, but then again, when you label something in a term, I don't want to use people's brand names, but some of their overstable stuff has like this very strong name. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, if I go out there, I want the disc on it that says like, I don't know, Iron Tiger on it. And I'm not going to buy the little pink pony putter, like it's like a word association. Like you're getting ready for battle. Like I want a serious vibing sounding disc. It comes down to marketing or something. And then you can just get suckered into buying the wrong disc for you. The flight numbers are there. It's all going to be suggestions and references from the community, and they're going to push popular brands. And a lot of those big, rim discs are all popular. They have to push them, so they got to. It is what it is. It has its place.
So you brought up a good point that some players, new players, are seeing the pros throw these high-speed discs. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they think they can or just want to try buying these high-speed discs. Now, part of that is the marketing, like you said, from the manufacturers. Obviously, the manufacturers are trying to sell all their discs, whatever it may be. A lot of it, I think, they're marketing these high-speed discs through the pro players. Now, obviously, that's not the best for the new players if they're not able to throw those discs. So do you think there's any fault from the manufacturers, or do they have a responsibility for new players to either not market the wrong disc to them or make more of the right ones?
Well, I think that this past year with Paige Pierce making the Passion was a great disc.
Yes,
it's a
that's a
9-speed.
great
It is so accessible. I've got it. I liked it a lot. And yeah, there's a lot of overlap in my bag with some 9-speeds, but I wanted this disc because I said, okay, this is new. There's something about this that is new, but is probably perfect for where my game is right now. And I think it's exciting that a new disc came out and it wasn't just a Tour Series stamp of something that already exists for people to get hype around. And I don't know how the sales did. I don't know anything more about it, but I hope that it flew off the shelves into people's bags, because I think that's a great example of what just happened, that a manufacturer created something new to be accessible to, a slower arm speed, I guess you could say.
There's the Tour Series stuff where like they'll just throw a name on it and like they're just raising money and stuff like that. But when they get behind the player, I think what you'll see is that they push the big arm overstable stuff, because like if you were a kid and you were watching like Michael Jordan, it's like, wow, I wonder what kind of shoes he's wearing. You want to have what the pros have, and it makes you connect with the game. It also pushes the sport for people to push the physics of these discs and their athletic abilities.
Right.
So, all right, so they're throwing what Calvin's throwing, they're throwing what Ricky's throwing, they're throwing what Paul's throwing, and that's good. That's good for the sport, for sure. I think the cool thing is that there's tons of sponsored players, there's tons of companies, and there's tons of different styles. And when it comes down to it, you'll find that all brands are supporting somehow a facet of every type of disc there is: a putter, a mid-range, a driver, a fairway driver, overstable, understable, in everything. So is it every mold gets a signature series run? Nah, I think that would be overkill. So like the stock stamp's good on a lot of stuff because it just pertains to everybody. And realistically, anybody could be using any variety of disc, and it could be their go-to. I'm trying to think of like an extreme, but people love their really overstable stuff, and they love their really flippy stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, when you think of the top-level pros, they have all of these types of discs in their bag. Not just the overstable distance drivers, they have everything in the line because they need it all in any kind of shot that'll come up on a course. They need that flippy 7-speed, 9-speed. Are they in the woods? You're not going to throw a high-speed driver there, and they throw all that plastic. Like, do newer players maybe realize that sometimes they're throwing a 7-speed or a 9-speed? Maybe not. I don't know, but they are.
Yeah, I felt like a mere mortal. When I realized, I seen pros playing for the first time, I was like, it's doable. I couldn't do what I was watching them do, but it made me realize it was possible. So
you can throw a putter 450 feet.
I'm telling you,
it's wild. I don't know how.
Yeah, it's fun.
We'll see by the end of the year if I throw
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Putter 450s. You heard it here.
Listen, you better get it on the first try, because your arm's going to be tired after the 100th try.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So let's say a newish player, 1 or 2 years, gets the right speed disc that fits their arm speed, the right stability, whatever it may be. At what point in the development of their game should they be then looking for either more stable or higher speed discs? Actually, when should they upgrade? Or what signs in their game do you think they should be able to do that?
I kind of mentioned this before, but I think when you start turning the disc over and you're sure that the shot was the same and you weren't pulling over. Like if you knew you were releasing on a Hyzer angle and it flipped up, oh my gosh, it kept flipping, oh my gosh. Okay, maybe that disc's a little flippy for you now.
Yep.
Let's go to something different or try a different plastic. Like if you turn over a DX Leopard, okay, a lot of people do. Great. Let's try something else. Like for me, I throw a Pro Leopard, and that's actually kind of stable. Like I know I can rip on it, and it won't turn over. But you put a different plastic for that same mold in my hands, it's rolling. So it's just kind of interesting, and I feel like people don't think about playing with plastics a lot. They're like, okay, check mark, I've accomplished this disc. Let's go bigger and better. When really, there's a lot you can do
Yeah.
in switching to plastic if you like the feel in your hand.
Right. Yeah, that's a big thing of how it feels, and all the different plastics have different stabilities.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right.
I would think that when I have my bag now, so from an early on perspective, I wanted, if I were to go do field work with my bag, I want understable to overstable putters, understable to overstable mid, understable to overstable fairway, understable to overstable long distance driver. And I want to be able to see that in my field work where I throw my bag in a stock flat shot, just a straight pump, and I watch the disc be overstable. I watch it be straight. I watch it flip for the first part of the flight. It's like, all right, my drivers are good. My fairway drivers are good. My mids are good. My putters are good. I think having a well-rounded bag is something that you need. You need your discs to be able to do everything in every mold that they come in.
So once you see them breaking your pattern of stable, straight, understable, maybe that's when your game is developed and it's time to move to a new plastic or a faster.
As your technique betters, and if you're using cheaper plastics, I always recommend when you're learning to get premium plastic right away, only it just helps slow down the curve of the disc, and it allows you to stay with you learning the disc. Where the disc is a cheaper plastic, and it's beating up as you're learning how to throw, you're trying to learn with a changing disc. It's like I tell people all the time, like, if you're gonna give an effort right now with all this technique you're gonna try to apply, whatever you do, just tell yourself to do it 100%. And even if it's a fail, you'll learn what was out of place. You're not gonna learn anything from going half go at it. So having a disc that's constantly changing on you is just as inefficient. So having premium plastic's important, and having a disc that does it all for each kind of shot that there is. You want stuff that'll flip, stuff that'll fight. And once you can identify what the discs are doing in your bag, and you have a well-rounded bag, I think you start slowing down the shuffle and what you're bringing in and what you're putting out, and then you really just believe in them, and you begin that relationship with them that it's going to be your disc, that's your mold, that's your go-to. You start looking for backups, you start looking for replacements, and now you're trying to see what their stability is. And
Right.
It's fun. It's disc golf.
It is fun. Disc golf. I mean, that's why we're all here, right?
Yeah.
Disc golf is fun. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see another clip of the HyzerCast podcast, click this video right here. If you'd like to see a video from our main channel, Hyzer Media, click this video right here. And if you haven't done so already, click this link right in the middle to subscribe to our channel, or the red button down below. Thanks.